Ashe. Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest life, for cleansing and purifying the energy. Ashe. No negative energies, no negative entities. I declare and I decree anything that is trying to steer me away from the truth, I banish right now as I speak. Ashe.
You could feel that they really want.
Welcome in. Rich Rising, y'all. Rich Rising. Welcome in. Thank you for liking the live. Rich Rising. Thank you for reposting the live and sharing the live. I appreciate it. Happy Thursday, y'all. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate it. We'll get started here shortly. I just want to let a few others fall in. Someone's name may be Harmony, or this could be someone who I'm picking up on going with the flow, like, or some sort of peace and harmony is what I'm picking up on. Something brings music to your ears. Something's very kind of peaceful, is what you're needing to shift into. Thank you for the follows. Someone may be dressing up as Harlem Nights, like kind of like a Harlem Nights type of theme. Someone may be dressing up as for Halloween. Three, 3 is significant. 10 is significant also as well. Someone's going through a heartbreak. This may have happened this week or the past week. This is something to where you are, you may be kind of going out or stepping out this weekend for Halloween because of this breakup, in a sense. Something new's coming in for you. But this is an energy of not allowing yourself to jump from one to the next, in a sense, just because you're hurt is what I'm picking up on. It's like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But if it's something to where you just kind of want to jump to the next thing because you don't want to feel what you're feeling, then that may be something that you want to sit with. So that's, I'm getting two different energies, because there's something to where there's a cycle that's closing for someone that you're moving on, and it's like it's something that was a dead end here. So it's like it doesn't necessarily, it's like it hurt, but it's like it's not something that hurt for a long time, because it's something that didn't necessarily yeah, it's something that didn't necessarily I feel like you didn't love this person. This is something that wasn't necessarily love. It was kind of just a situation that was looking like it was growing, but it wasn't growing. So it's like it stung, like it's like it stung, but it's like it didn't necessarily sit, to where it's like, oh, this is like a complete heartbreak, this is just something that is just like, damn, and then you're kind of moving on. And then you're showing me someone who actually went through a tough, 3 years, okay, of a heartbreak here. You may have went through some sort of 3-year heartbreak, 3 years, 5 years, or dated somebody for 3 to 5 years. And this is like you're breaking things off with this person, and you have something new coming in, but it's not going to be right away. It's not going to be right away, because there are some things that you'll need to kink out, in regards to this hurt and this pain, so you don't leave this baggage, this trail of baggage. So it's like a cleanup is what Spirit is going to do for you. Yeah, with the Moon card coming out, something was revealed. Whatever this was, something was revealed. Yeah, this toxic. Someone was maybe tampering with your money, okay? Throwing off your balance also as well. Someone's pH balance may have been getting thrown off because of this person. But also, whatever this is in regards to this toxic, that devil energy, this was a setup in a sense. Like this was meant for you to conquer this situation, for you to have a new start, a new beginning. Okay, so it's like this person was in the way of your success. When certain things there was something that was revealed, because whoever this person was in the way of your success, in the way of your destiny, in a sense. So it's like you were going on a certain road, a certain path, working towards something, and it's like that energy, to where that energy of temptation is what I'm picking up on. So it's like you're going on your path, and it's like this is the right road that you're supposed to be going down. You're getting the signs and everything, and then it's like there's like this temptation that came, and just like it created a whole roadblock to where it's like, and then all of a sudden that's when everything started happening. Everything kind of like, not in a sense bad, but things started happening in regards to you losing money, or car breaking down, and just right when that person came in. And then it's like right when you let that person go, you're going to start getting offers, or start, things are going to start moving again. So it's like someone may be realizing that this person was a blockage to your manifestations. And that's why it felt stagnant. The relationship felt stagnant. Yeah, trust your intuition. Yeah, it could be a Pisces, could be a Leo that may have been blocking your intuition. Doesn't have to be. You could be the Pisces, you could be the Leo, but whoever this person is, they were blocking some sort of manifestations. They was blocking you keeping yourself, you trusting your intuition. So they was making things a little bit foggy here. 222 is significant also as well. Something, you may have started this relationship last year. With this year of 8. So this may have been a relationship that you may have entertained last year, or it came through, or you dealt with this person through this year. I'm picking up on and off. So it's like this may be someone who you kind of was on and off with, but and it's like you didn't really, that's why that confusion was like there was some sort of stirring of a confusion with this person that you were dealing with. Yeah, somebody's realizing who the blockage is within their manifestations. What else? Yeah, someone's realizing what the blockage was. Was this person? Was this situation here? You came into a whole fence, like a whole roadblock with this person. There was something that was meant for you to have. This may have presented itself last year. There was something that was meant for you to have, but when this blockage came, yeah, you had a road. There was, okay, so it's like you was going down a certain road, and it's like you could either go this way or you can go that way. And someone they didn't trust their intuition. So with you not trusting your intuition, you went this way instead of going the other way that you were supposed to go. Some of you made this decision of going this way is because you had to, it was meant for you to go the wrong way. It was meant for you to go the wrong way so that you can realize what your mistakes are. So that you can realize what it is that, why you went this certain direction. So you can realize that you have to trust your intuition more. Or there's a lesson that is needed to learn. Thank you, Stacy. Or there was a lesson that was needed to learn when you go down this direction. So it's like, if you would have went the route that you was possibly getting geared to go towards, you may have messed this up over here because your decision making. So it's like it was meant for you to possibly go this way so that you can mess this up because it was meant to be messed up, so that you can learn. Okay, so it's like it's one of those things to where, some people miss out on their blessings because they're ready for it, but they're not ready for it themselves, in a sense. So it's like, for instance, divine presents God, source provides you with a job opportunity. And it's like, you've been procrastinating, you haven't been on your shit. You haven't been doing what you've been needing to do in regards to this. So it's like, it's here. It's like, it's an opportunity, but it's like you missed out on that opportunity because you was procrastinating. You missed out on that opportunity because 2 months ago you had goals of sticking to some sort of plan or some sort of ritual or whatever the case may be. But if you would have stuck to that same plan, then this job opportunity would have been at ease for you. You actually would have been ready. But it's like, since that opportunity presented itself and you was procrastinating, it's like, well, you gotta wait until the next one comes around type of energy is what I'm getting. So this is that second opportunity. This is that opportunity that you're getting now, to where it's like, okay, something is about to present itself. So it's like, are you going to be ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready to present, or is this being presented to you? What is it that's being presented to you at this time? What is your soul calling you to do? Okay. So it's like, it's one of those things to where you're getting an opportunity, and it's like, what are you going to do in regards to this opportunity is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. You're getting presented with an opportunity, and it's like somebody's like standing at the crossroads. Thank you. Someone's like standing at the crossroads. You're getting 333 is what you're seeing. You're in alignment. So it's like you're sitting there in alignment. It's like, you're pondering on this path, and it's like your spirit is telling you, yep, that's exactly where you need to go. Yep, you're getting the signs. It's like you kind of going down a road. You're driving, and it's like you see a bird, that is like directing you to go this way. Maybe you ain't got your GPS on, and you see a bird over here, and it's like all of a sudden you're like, let me go this way. And it's like when you go this way, you start seeing, butterflies. You start seeing, 111 and everything like that. So it's like you know that you're supposed to be going down this path. Okay. And that's what I'm picking up on. You just kind of feel like a little bit guarded also as well. It's like it may be kind of scaring you in a sense, to where you feel like you are making another mistake. But that's not what it is. Okay. It's like when you get the signs that you know that you're supposed to be going this way, and you truly feel it in your heart, that's where you're supposed to be going. You're in alignment. Okay. This is just a fear because you made the wrong mistake. So it's like a lot of times when we're not trusting our intuition, you get into a space to where you don't want to trust your intuition, or you don't trust your intuition at all, because you made a mistake the one time. And it's like, it's not something someone may be struggling with, like, imposter syndrome, or even like perfectionism. So it's like you kind of like you may have had grown up around people that always had a high expectation of you. Like it's like you could do no wrong. Like it's like every single little piece of thing that you did wrong, you got ridiculed for it, and it's like this could be something to where you even made some sort of accidents or some sort of mistake, and it's like, damn, like you could have had this could have been someone who was in sports, to where you may have had like a dad, or, someone who is really drilling it into you that you can't make any mistakes as a kid. Or this may be is what I'm picking up on is, what's it called? An older sibling. Okay. So you may be an older sibling to where you had to take on, helping out your younger sibling. So it's like you became grown at a young age. So this is why sometimes you kind of struggle a little bit in your adult years of making certain decision makings, because you think about everybody else than just yourself. Okay. Rich rising. So yeah, so this is something to where you think about it. Yeah, this was something that I just put out a recent message about self-doubt. Okay. So this is why you're doubting yourself, because you always needed to show up in a way that was unrealistic in a sense. Like it was unrealistic at the time. So this is why you have so much expectations on yourself. This is why you kind of feel like you need to be perfect with certain things, or just things need to always be 100%, or like every single duck in the row has to literally present itself, or else you're just not going to make a decision at all. Y'all hear that bird? That crow? Yeah, confirmation. Crows is significant. You're seeing crows, okay? That's your ancestors. That's an omen. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. What else here for the collective? Yeah, Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. This is you being more ambitious, okay? This is that ambitious energy. All right, so you have this ambition here that you are like you've always been someone who is very ambitious, but you beat yourself up sometimes because you overextend yourself for one, okay? You people please, or you also come to a situation to where you feel like everything got to be perfect. It don't have to be perfect, okay? And then it's like you criticize yourself. You overly criticize yourself also as well. So it's like the mistakes that you make, you overly criticize yourself instead of, so you'll drown in the fact of the mistakes that you made versus actually correcting those mistakes. So it's like you'll spend more time in the past than spending time of correcting those mistakes. And that's where you're falling short at, because it's like, okay, I made these mistakes. All right. Sit in it for a little bit, but it's like, don't continue to bring it with you. Don't continue to be drowning in it. Don't continue to be every other day, oh my God, I made these mistakes. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. The more you continue to sit in that past, the more you continue to sit in those mistakes, the more you're not going to have time to move on, to bring new energy in. Okay. Yeah. The sun. So it's like you need to express, be more expressive with yourself and create that joy, that environment for yourself, because that's an internal environment. That's not an external environment. That's an internal environment. You're creating a hostile environment within yourself. And this is why you may have anxiety. I'm seeing someone biting their nails a lot, but this is why you have a high case of anxiety in a sense, and you may not have been aware of this though, is what I'm picking up on. So some of you haven't been very aware of this. And it's like, now that you're starting to be aware of it, it's like, okay, now I'm starting to see why I've been feeling like this. Yeah. It's okay. It doesn't, see, you're struggling with this because you didn't know. Okay. It's like you didn't pay too much attention to yourself. And that's a lot of times when we are worried about other people. This is something that I'm still working on myself. There's times where I feel like I can't even get certain things done because I'm thinking about the kids, or I'm thinking about, I'm just thinking about things, the world and society. And it's like, and it puts me in like a frozen type of state to where I freeze up, to where it's like my mind is kind of, messing with me. And it's like, and I'll sit there and I'm just like, okay, I gotta let this go, because I'm not going to get anything done if I continue to be in this energy. So it's like, it's something to where you've worried so much about everybody else around you. And it's like, when it's actually time to tend to yourself, when it's actually time to see yourself, when it's time for you to give back to yourself, it's like, you start to just going crazy. It's like something to where it's like, I don't know what to do. You feel me? You start eating more, you start munching on things. And it's like you're avoiding it. It's like you're avoiding it because it's like you don't, self-soothing is something that you've always had to do. So it's like you've always had to put the cover on other people's backs, to where when it comes to you putting the cover over yourself and warming yourself or nourishing yourself, it's like it's foreign a little bit, because you haven't spent so much time doing it for yourself, because you're so used to extending. You've been extending all your life. This is definitely someone who's an older sibling. You're an older sibling. So this is something that you're struggling with, because your parents was always, go do this for your brother. Go do this for your sister. Go do this for da-da-da-da. Instead of them doing it. So it's like, you do this. Make your brother a sandwich. Make your sister a sandwich. Da-da-da-da-da. Because your parents was unbalanced. So it's like you took on this role, of being a parent to your siblings. So that's why it's like you may still kind of feel like a parent to your siblings. And this is why sometimes your siblings may kind of come off a certain way, to where they're still needy. They still ask you before they ask the parents, or they still asking you as, being grown adults, because this is what they're used to. And they're used to you giving. They're used to you giving. You keep on doing it. You keep on doing it. It's like they're used to it. So it's something that, you're struggling with, because if you don't give it to them, or if you don't give them your time, or whatever the case may be, then you start feeling guilty inside. How to do those for the youngest or for the oldest? Yeah. So this is something that I'm picking up on. Someone just is feeling a little bit guilty when you choose yourself. And that's normal. Okay. So it's like, if it's normal for you to feel that way when you are breaking patterns. Okay. So it's like you're beating yourself up for it, but it's like sometimes we have to have grace with ourselves, because that's when you're moving through and moving in a different energy, you're moving through the trauma and the patterns that you were used to. It's going to feel like it's not right. You're going to feel kind of guilty. You're going to feel kind of sad. It's just, these are normal emotions that you're going to feel. And it's like, a lot of times I can get up here and I can say, to let it go, move on, but it's not me telling you that you can't feel your emotions. It's not me telling you. There was a post that I came across, and it was this guy. He was talking about having faith, and he was like, you can still be sad and have faith. And it was something that I was literally picking up on that same day. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was picking up on. So it was a confirmation for me, because it's like, even though we feel a certain type of way, that's why, like, in a sense, it's like that faith of a mustard seed, because it's like, you may not have 100% of the faith. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to trust you, but I don't know, Spirit. I don't know, God, or I don't know, Divine. But it's like, I got a little bit of faith. I got a little bit of something. And it's like, that's all you need. But it's like, lean into the mustard, though. Lean into the little mustard seed instead of leaning into the part that you don't know. It's like, okay, it's okay to express you don't know. It's okay to say, I don't have all the faith. I don't have it all. It's okay to say that. It's okay to be sad and still be having your faith, okay? It's okay to be happy. It's okay to have whatever emotion it is and still be faithful, and to believing that you are protected, or believing that something's going to work its way out for you, but it's like, just have that little piece, because when you have that little piece, it can grow. That little piece, like faith of a mustard seed, it's like a mustard seed, you plant a certain seed, and depending on if you nourish it, it'll grow. So it's like, say for instance, I put this faith of this little piece of mustard seed. I only have this much of faith. Okay. It's like, I don't know. I done been through so much. I only got this much of faith, because all my trauma is like, I don't know. I don't know if I can really truly, trust, because sometimes things ain't really happen the way it need to happen. So it's like, all right, I'm going to take this little piece right here. I'm going to put this in this pot. All right. I'm going to put this in this pot. And I'm going to nourish it. But I'm not going to be so hyper focused on it. I'm not going to hyper focus on it. I'm not going to keep on checking in like, is it growing? Is it growing? Is it growing? Is it growing? It's just like, let it take its course. Let it go ahead and do what it needs to do. Because when it comes to having faith, and when it comes to trusting divine source, when it comes to trusting God, when it comes to trusting the universe, when you keep checking in on it, you're going to keep on going backwards. It's like, when you keep on checking in on it, it's like you're not trusting it, because you're not necessarily trusting it. So when you plant that little bit of seed, it's like, all right, I trust you now. You're going to grow. Okay. Let me show you something. This is not the actual original pot that I put this plant in. Okay. I had this snake plant for some time, and this plant was not growing. Okay. It wasn't growing and everything. And I'm just like, why is this plant not growing at all? Okay. So I repotted it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to continue to just nourish it. I'm not going to watch and monitoring it and see when it's going to grow. When is the new growth coming? When is the new growth coming? It's like, I'm not going to monitor it. And so it's like, I was like, all right, let me just keep on doing what I need to do for this plant. Look what I got. Looky here. It's growing. And this growed within literally 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks. So it's like, I was like, wow, I didn't even know that I had this new growth here. And I just kept putting, what I needed to do with it and nourishing it, and just like letting it grow, letting it go, do what it needs to do. This is exactly how you need to treat your life. Okay. This is exactly how you need to treat your faith. This is exactly what you need to do in regards to, allowing things to take process of doing what it needs to do on its own. You just have to nourish it. Okay. There's just a need for you to nourish it. So when you're not hyper focused on the growth, okay, when you're not hyper focused on the growth, all of a sudden you're going to come back and you're going to see that growth, and it's like, oh shit, so it's like, when we have been so a lot of times when we slow down and it's like we don't really see that we're growing, and then it's like you go back to that journal, you go back to those pictures, you look back at your because when you're kind of, say for instance with hair growth, you over here trying to grow your hair, you putting oil on your scalp and all this other type of stuff, and it's like you look at yourself every single day, so it's like you don't necessarily see your hair growing. But it's like when you come across somebody, when that friend comes around, it's like, oh, I can see your hair is growing a little bit, and you're like, really? I don't see it, and it's like, no, your hair is actually growing. And then it's like when you go back and look at that picture that you posted like a year ago, and it's like, and you look at the picture now, and it's like, oh shit, you compare and contrast, and it's like, oh, I can actually see that my hair grew. So it's like when you're looking at something every single day, when you're too hyper focused on it, when you just looking and looking, that's the same way I'm saying when it comes to treating these readings, when it comes to checking in on a love life. Okay, some of you are too hyper focused on when is my twin flame coming in, when is my soulmate coming in, and this is why it keeps getting backwards and back and back and back and back and back, and it's like, and then now all of a sudden you don't believe the fact that they're coming in anymore because you've been too hyper focused on when are they going to come in. That's not how divine works. Okay, trust me, I learned this the hard way. That is not how divine works. Okay, when it comes to divine source, it comes in a surprise. They always want to be able to surprise you. So it's like when you're too hyper focused, it's not going to come. It's not going to come when you want it to come. Okay, because you're too honed into on it. It's like when, and it's like, and divine just looking at you like, whenever you let it go, whenever you release it, whenever you stop worrying about when they coming in. Because when you worry too much about it, then that's when you're putting that union or that person above yourself. So it's like you're too much focused on somebody else than focusing on, let me go ahead and it's like the energy of chasing, but it's like you're not necessarily chasing, but you're chasing it mentally. So it's like, when you're chasing it mentally, that's when it's also kind of, spilling out into the universe. So it's like it's like chasing the bag. Okay. So it's like someone saying that you're chasing the bag. I'm chasing the bag. You're going to forever chase the bag. You're going to forever keep on chasing the money. No, that's why I had to stop saying that, because it's like, no, I'm going to allow myself to receive. I'm a divine feminine. I'm a feminine. The feminine doesn't chase, she attracts. So it's like, I'm going to attract what I need to attract. The money's going to fall in when it needs to fall in. I'm not going to chase any type of bag because I don't chase anything. So that's exactly the energy that when you know that this is your birthright, when you know that this is your purpose, when you know that this is what you are meant to have. And it's like when you're chasing, it's like you feel like you're not meant to have it. Like you're on a hamster wheel, you're in survival mode. When people know that they're meant to have the things that they're meant to have, I'm going to let God do his work. Show me how good it can get, divine. Show me how good it can get, God. Show me how good it can get, universe. Okay. Show me how good it can get. All right. That's exactly the energy that you want to be in. All right. So it's like you don't want to keep on chasing these things. When you're chasing after a love situation, you're kind of love deprived, because it's like, I have to have this relationship. When is it coming in? And it's like, no, nourish on yourself right now. When you realize the fact that you are the love, when you realize the fact that just because this particular person is a soulmate, or just because this particular person is a twin flame, doesn't always mean that you may be destined to be with that person, because that person, it has free will. That person can decide if they want to be in a relationship with you or not. That person can decide if they want to, grow or, go down a certain path with you or not. So it's like, you have to be so solidified in yourself to know that, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have this particular person, my ears ringing. When you don't have that particular person, spirit going to send me somebody else anyways. It's like you can't put yourself in a box to where, oh, twin flame, oh, soulmate. So it's like, oh, I'll never get that relationship. I'll never get a love that is going to nourish me. I'll never get this person that's going to love me for who I am because of the title of the type of person that it supposedly is. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Okay. Twin flame is, you only have one twin flame, but it's like when it comes to a soulmate, that's still a nourishing relationship. So it's like, say for instance, your twin flame doesn't come because they decided not to choose the route of of healing, you know. So it's like, oh, you know, you don't want to keep chasing that twin flame. You know, you will originally, when you continue to solely be on your purpose and worry about yourself, then you're going to attract a soulmate. Spirit's going to bring a soulmate in, because it's like, how dare you, you know, think that I'm not going to bring someone in that is going to be loving to you, you know, after you did all this work. Like you did all this work. You've been loving on yourself. You think that I'm not going to bring you somebody just because that one other person? That's how you have to literally think. Sometimes we are in a space to where we think just one person is going to do it. You know, it's like, oh, that's why you think, like, that's why it feels like the end of the world when you break up with somebody, because it's like, you don't want to start all over. You know, oh, the dating game is so weak and trash out here. Yes, it is. But it's like, when you have faith in divine, when you believe in, you know, true love is going to come to you. You're going to attract that true love because you believe in that. If you can keep on believing the fact that you're going to keep on getting shitty people, you're going to keep on getting raggedy people, that's all you're going to run into, and dead end relationships, that's what you're going to keep on attracting. You're going to keep on attracting that. Okay. But when you believe that, oh, there's good men out there, okay? Because I'm not no bitter woman, all right? I done had my experiences with these men, and it's just like, I done been through some trash ass relationships, okay? But it's like, if I was to stay bitter and I was to be like, oh yeah, I'll probably never find a relationship because these men are trash and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm like, I've been able to see a good amount, a good handful, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it may not be a lot, but it's like, I've been able to see a good handful of some good men. It's just that they're not, you know, it is what it is. But it's like, I've been able to see some good handful of men. And it's like, that's good to see, because I'm like, oh, that's relieving, because I'm like, ooh, there's still some good men out there. So it's like, I'm gonna believe that I know that my person is gonna come whenever my person comes. So that's exactly the energy that you got to be in. Okay, quit limiting yourself. All right, that's in every single aspect of your life. Quit limiting, because you're limiting yourself. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. Thank you for the likes also as well. Woo, that was a lot. But yeah, what areas in your life are you limiting? Okay. Hey, Lizzie. Thank you for reposting the post. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, King of Wands energy, okay? This is you taking initiative, taking leadership, all right? Sitting on your throne, you know? Like, it's like, yeah, the Empress. She doesn't chase, she attracts, okay? She does not chase anything, she attracts. Okay, so it's like, stop chasing, stop feeling like you have to go, or you have to have this, you have to have that. And it's like, you're creating scarcity. You're creating a scarcity mindset, because you're pretty much telling yourself that it's not out there. You know, when they say there's enough for us out here, for all of us, that's true, because, you know, the universe is very infinite. The reason why we have all felt like we have a little piece of being able to get something, or we've been feeling in scarcity, is because of our environments. It's because of the way the government has showed us that we have to be in scarce. I've been seeing so many people with this government shutdown, and these people that, you know, with the food stamps and everything like that. I've been seeing so many communities that have been stepping up. So many communities that's been posting, you know, we have a food pantry here. Come here, sign up here. I will help you. Blah, blah, blah. That's where we need to go. I'm getting the goosebumps. I'm getting the chills. That's exactly how we're supposed to go. That's exactly how community is supposed to be living. Is we're supposed to be helping each other, helping ourselves, nourishing each other, you know, supporting each other. You know, that's exactly where we need to be at. That's where we wasn't at for a long time. We've been depending on these higher ups who don't care about us. They don't give a fuck about us. We done heard about this whole Palestine thing being done in regards to this ceasefire. They just bombed them on Tuesday. Once again. They continue to lie. They continue to lie to us. So it's like, why are we continuously trusting people that continue to lie to us when we have the power? We have the power in numbers. We don't have the money. We don't have the funds for the food. You got funds to go over there and bomb Palestine. You got funds to give ICE and whatever the case may be more money so that they can, you know, get these immigrants out of America and make America great again. But you have funds for that. Like, no. So as a community, we have to collectively rise. We have to take care of each other, because clearly the ones that we depended on taking care of us, the president of the United States, they don't give a fuck about us. They're not taking care of us. So we have to take care of each other. And that's exactly what we need to get back into. That's exactly what Divine Mother is restoring within the earth, is being able to take care of each other at this time. There's so many people that need help right now at this time. And it's like, you done seen all these billionaires, all these people with money, all these influencers. That's why they're coming down. That's why it's all coming down. It's all getting knocked the fuck over, because it's been so much of a hierarchy, you know, of looking down at people as if they're so good and they can't, you know, I be damned if I literally don't donate and I buy $1,000 bag, $1,000 purse, wearing $2,000 clothes, wearing $10,000 clothes. I'd be damned if I don't do something for my community. That shows exactly who they are. That shows exactly who their character is. That shows exactly when they are silent and there's so many things that's going on, and you continue to, you know, throw all your money into the Gucci and the Prada and whatever the case may be, and these endorsements that don't give a fuck about us. And then when they do the little bullshit that they do, and then they come on here and, oh, we sincerely apologize for the advertisement that we posted. You spent the time creating that advertisement though. You spent the time creating that advertisement to put it out there because you thought that it was good to do. But when you got a different reaction from the collective, you decide to, oh, we need to apologize about this now. No, that's not how it works. You chose what you wanted to choose, what you did. That was exactly why you decided to put that advertisement out, and it showed. You just didn't get the backlash that you wanted to get. This is why they push so many distractions. They push so many distractions because the collective, a lot of people are, most of the, you know, of people are distracted, you know, because it's like there's so much that's going on in life to where you end up being so distracted about things that don't even matter. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the follow. Cleanse the energy. Thank you, Lizzie. That's so cute. What are you guys dressing up for Halloween tomorrow? Anybody dressing up? Thank you. I'm not, but I wish I have gone as the Dallas Cowboy, Batman, celebrating my son's birthday today. Happy birthday, son. I didn't have anywhere to go for real. You know, every single year for like the past, like, I'll say 6 years, I've wanted to dress up for Halloween, but I didn't go anywhere. So it's like I would make my costume and then, or buy a costume and then not do anything, like, or, you know, try it on and not really do anything, because like sometimes I'll be procrastinating on deciding if I want to go somewhere or not. And then also the person that I was dealing with never wanted to kind of put the effort into doing something with me, in a sense, sometimes. So I didn't usually go anywhere. But this year I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dress up dang near almost every Friday of October of the costumes that I already have and just come on live. That's exactly what I did. Like, you could just, if you feel like, don't wait on somebody, don't wait on the fact of having to do something, to do something that you want to do. Okay, because when you waiting too long to do something for somebody else, or to go somewhere, you're going to continue to be waiting until you actually decide to do it. And that's why I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do now at this point. If I want to dress up, I'm going to dress up. Take a photo shoot. Do something for yourself, You want to dress up, just go dress up and just go have a little drink at the bar real quick and then go back home, It's something that is satisfying. It satisfies yourself instead of having to be like, oh, I need some big party to go to, or I need to do this, in order to dress up. When you just kind of do it for yourself and just kind of like, do something small for yourself, it's something that's very much satisfying. It doesn't always have to be something big. Yes. It took a while for me to kind of really realize that, but once I realized it, it changed the game for sure. It changed the game. You be more satisfied, for real. You be more satisfied. It's like another level of self-care also as well. Like, that's self-care itself, as well. So it's like, choosing to kind of dress up for yourself or date, yourself and such of that nature. That's like, another level of kind of doing what you want to do. Because it's like, there was a last year I went to a concert by myself, and I was afraid to go to the concert and everything like that. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this trip and I'm going to go to this concert because I want to go to the concert. And I was like, and I'm not about to sit here and wait around till I finally have a friend or, whatever the case may be. So I was like, I'm about to just go to this concert, And it's like, I've always kind of struggled with kind of doing things by myself, because I've always had somebody to do something with. So it's like, and this is a lot of the people in the collective, we always kind of have someone to do something with. So it's like, it's kind of hard sometimes to go do stuff by ourselves. And it's like, and it's like kind of frowned upon. It like, it looks weird, because I remember when I was a young child and I was like in middle school or grade school. And my mom took us to this Asian restaurant. We went to this Chinese restaurant like almost like every month. Okay, she would treat us to this. And so when I would go to this restaurant and I seen this this guy that would sit at the table by himself, I started crying. I was like, I wanted to go, as a kid, I wanted to go sit by him because I'm like, he doesn't have anyone to eat with. Like, and I'm just like, that's so sad. Like, he's eating by himself. And it's like, why do we gotta see it as sad? Because nowadays I'm going out when I go out to eat, I ain't gotta pay for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the times that I had to go out, I would have to pay for somebody. Okay. And it's like, I ain't gotta pay for nobody when I go out here to go eat. I can eat whatever I want to eat. I can get whatever I want to buy. I can get me a little appetizer if I want to get a little appetizer. Thank you for the gift. I'm like, I can give me a little appetizer if I want to get an appetizer, whatever the case may be, So it's like, also, you men, okay, go out to eat by yourself, all right? Because a lot of times y'all done spent a lot of times, having to go eat somewhere or having to go do something, and you always got to spend the money on another person, okay? Go by yourself, all right? Go enjoy yourself. Go enjoy your singleness. You deserve to do so, all right? So go enjoy yourself. Go out to eat by yourself. All right. Even the women in here, just go out to eat by yourself. Go for a walk by yourself. Go to a concert by yourself. Go somewhere by yourself. Even if you're in a relationship, even if you're in a marriage, go do something for yourself. Because it's like you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to lose your own identity, within anybody else. It's like, it's okay to go do things alone. It doesn't have to look weird, you know. I get stares and everything when I go, you know, eat by myself sometimes, and I'm just like, ugh. And then sometimes I can hear people's thoughts, and I'm just like, ugh. Like I'm just like, ah. And then I'll be like, I'm ready to go. But you know, I like to go sit on a little what's it called, patio, when it's nice outside, and go have me a little drink or something. You know, it ain't always gotta be a whole bunch of stuff, you know. Like I like to go catch a little happy hour. I like to go catch a little appetizer, you know, every once in a while. You know, you go try new things. Like it's like, there's a new restaurant here, I want to go try that new restaurant. They look like they got good appetizers. You ain't gotta go and spend buku a lot of money, you know. Like it's just, I can spend a quick little $15, a quick little, you know, $6 or whatever case may be. But as long as I took myself out to go do something instead of waiting for somebody else to do it for me. Okay. So do that, you know, and then you'll get used to doing things by yourself. And it's like, it's not going to necessarily, you know, be something to where you always kind of need somebody to do something with, because at least you're putting your foot out the door, you know. I go out to eat to the movies by myself. Ashe. Sometimes I do avoid going to go do things by myself because I get approached a lot. Here goes that crow, that raven. So someone's seeing black birds, very significant. This is, you know, trusting your intuition. You're going through a death and rebirth here, okay? So black birds is very significant for you at this time. This could be also something that you're needing to find something deeper within yourself, okay? Of what's not necessarily satisfying you at this time. So dig a little bit deeper of why you're not satisfied, okay? Hey, how's it going? But yeah, sometimes like I don't be wanting to go places by myself because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get approached, and you know, when you just kind of have that energy and people just want to come tell their whole life story to you and everything, and sometimes it's just like, I just came here to get a drink because I've been in the house all day, and you want to come and talk to me, and it's like, it's not always that bad, you know, but it's like when you're a healer, you know, also as well, like, you know, internally, you just kind of, people attract to you. Yeah, being a light is hard sometimes. Yes, it is. And then it's like, you know, then you have the men that be like, oh, why you by yourself? Where your man at? And blah, 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 blah. You over here looking, you know, put a smile on your face. You got RBF and blah, blah, blah. Why are you mugging? Shut up. Damn, shut up. Damn, can I just be over here by myself? Like, it's just like, that's why I just be like, sometimes I be avoiding it because I'm like, damn, I want to go somewhere. But I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with the people right now. Like, I'm just like, I don't feel like dealing with the people. I already deal with the people. Okay? The where's my hug dudes. Okay? Yeah, where's my hug? I don't come across those anymore because I don't really fool with these people out here. But they don't know me. But yeah, where's my hug at? Give me 50 feet, okay? I think I have a resting face, sad face, which confuses people. Yeah, me too. Like sometimes, you know, you just kind of being just like this. Like sometimes people think you just, you know, something wrong, and it's like ain't nothing wrong. You know, I just don't have an emotion on my face right now. But yeah, that can be really annoying, to be honest. What's lurking in the shadows? Avoidance. I was picking up on that energy, okay? Where my lunch money talking about a hug. Time is significant. Some of you may be feeling like time is kind of running its course here. Yeah, procrastination. I'm looking at both of these clocks. I was looking at both of these clocks, and then I read this and it said procrastination. So time is significant. So some of you are procrastinating. You're avoiding something. So that's why I said there's something that you may be seeing that is, you know, these black birds is because you're avoiding something. You're avoiding something. And it's like, why are you avoiding something? This is why Spirit wants you to go a little bit deeper of why you're avoiding something. Something is because you may be fearful, maybe kind of scared, maybe kind of like you don't have all the answers. So it's like you've been avoiding this. You've been procrastinating on what you want to do or say or whatever the case may be because you're you're not trusting something. Okay. You're going through a rebirth. It says here, it says the tickling of the clock distracts me from the fact that my worst enemy hides in my mind. Yeah, you're going through a mental battle. So it's like, a lot of times when we're procrastinating is because mentally we're procrastinating, because mentally in our mind we're overthinking something. We're not seeing something how we want to see it. We're just avoiding it. It's like, but your body is calling you to do it, or like you're being called to do it, but it's like your mind gets in the way. So it's like you're procrastinating because you don't want to do something, but your body is telling you to do it. So it's like someone's kind of tussling with themselves also as well, to where it's like you kind of get irritated at the fact that you procrastinated for so long, but it's like, but you were being told to do this some time ago. So it's like you're only mad at yourself in a sense too, because you continue to avoid it. Okay. Someone avoids things because you don't necessarily want to open yourself up the way you're supposed to open yourself up. Someone avoids emotions, deep emotions. It's like, and this is definitely like the avoidant attachment style. I'm going to talk about this kind of next month, or this month, next month, November. Okay, I'm gonna kind of talk about this. I think I'm gonna do some lives about it, of avoidant attachment style and anxious attachment style and secure attachment style. But somebody is not used to having deep emotions, deep feelings, and deeply feeling something. So it's like they'll feel it for a second, and it's like once it starts getting a little bit too deep, they gonna run. They avoid it. So it's like you'll express some of your feelings, and it's like that's where you kind of like, yeah, I express myself. Yeah, I feel my feelings. Yeah, I do this and da da da. So it's like one of those things to where, say for instance, you text somebody and you enjoying the conversation. Okay, you enjoying this conversation, you texting this person, and then things start getting a little bit deeper, and it's like, oh shit, like I'm gonna run now, because that's exactly what it's giving with this avoidant attachment style. Because it's like I'm gonna run now because it's getting a little bit too deep, but it's like I'm gonna stay here on the surface level. You feel me? But once it kind of starts to penetrate my heart, I'm like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my heart. Okay. Like, it's like, oh shoot, she done penetrated my heart. This might be a masculine. This might be a masculine. It's like, oh shoot, she done penetrated my heart. I feel something a little bit. You feeling a little bit of flutters. Okay. You feeling a little bit of flutters in your heart right now. And it's just like, oh, I gotta run now. That's exactly what a lot of you masculines be doing. Because when a woman actually be having your heart, you be running. You be running and you be avoiding it because you be scared. You be scared to fully actually commit, or you be scared that you're going to commit to yourself also, as well, as what I'm picking up on. Let's see. Let me clarify. What's this avoidance here? What are they avoiding? What's the collective avoiding at this time? What's this avoidance energy? What's this procrastination energy? What's being avoided? What's being avoided? Yeah. Take an initiative. Take an initiative. Justice. This is your justice. Okay. This has something to do with money also as well. But taking some sort of initiative is what you're avoiding here. Okay. Taking some sort of power, some sort of lead here. All right. Especially with this 4 cups. Spirit is like, I brought something for you. There's something here. This could be a mind. This could be a thought. This could be an opportunity. Whatever the case may be. But Spirit's like, I got something for you. All right. It's here. It's right here. And it's like, I don't know if I want to take it. Because you're procrastinating. That's procrastination. You got your cups right here. You asked for these cups. You asked for this. This could be someone you prayed for. You over here, you prayed for a relationship. You prayed for, oh, I need somebody. I want somebody who trusts me. I want somebody who loves me. I want somebody who's going to be able to be my backbone and blah, 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 whatever case may be. And it's like, okay, here they are. Here they are. And it's like, you over here like, I'm avoiding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I really truly want to do it. Like, I'm scared. I don't know if I want to step into that right now. And it's just like, you're holding your own self back. You're holding your own self back because this is your justice. This is why you need to step into your power. Okay. 7 of Pentacles energy here.
Walmart in home with 3 feet.
Let me see here.
Associate could be delivering your orders.
What's their soul truth here? What's their spirit calling them to do at this time? What's their spirit calling them to do at this time?
Get faster yet with the tunnels.
So just stay classes. Stay charged.
What am I grateful for right now? Okay. Some of you are, maybe kind of feeling like you're stuck in a loop, but this is that procrastination. This could have something to do with your money, but it's like, say for instance, you are, this is why I explained in regards to being hyper focused on certain things, because when you're hyper focused on the next best thing, you kind of lose track of the present moment. You kind of lose track of the things that you already have. So for instance, if we want certain things, in life, say for instance, you just got a brand new home and it's like 6 months later, now you want a brand new car, and it's like, you still have a car that continues to work at this time. Your car is still in good shape. You just want something new because you just want something new. Okay. We all want something new, but it's like, be grateful for what you got right now. Are you cleaning your car right now? Is your car, up to date? Are you getting those regular oil changes? How are you treating certain things that you have right now? And then it's like, okay, I do want to manifest these things, but still be grateful for what you got right now. Okay. And this is why sometimes we kind of get into a space to where we forget what we have. All right. So being grateful for what you got right now. What is the soul calling them to do at this time? What can I burn? So there's something that needs to be let go. Something that needs to be let go of what you're needing to let certain things go. This could be that procrastination. Okay. This could be that avoidance, that avoiding certain things that you don't necessarily want to face. That could be your emotions. That can be your feelings. That could be your people. That can be places, things, whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, this is something that you need to burn and let go. And then be grateful also as well of what you have right now. Okay. One more from here. Thank you for sharing the live. How can I deepen my trust right now? Okay. I said somebody literally just don't trust something. Like you just don't have faith in something. That's why I said plant that little piece of seed. That little piece of seed of trusting something, and just let it blossom. Let it do what it needs to do. Okay. Do what it do tonight. I want you to. Someone may be hearing that song. What's that song? Jamie Foxx. Do what it do. Do it. I don't know. Something like that. All right. But that's significant. All right. Close this out for the collective. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. Outrageous openness and right now. Okay. And inner power. Confirmation with that phone notification. Okay. Yeah, detachment and divine flow. So there's something that you're needing to burn and detach from. What I feel like the thing that you needing to let go is your strong grip. Your strong grip on not being able to believe something. Okay, you told your car your shit. Oh my, sorry to hear about that. So what you need to do is release your strong grip on something that you are maybe avoiding, okay, or something that you just know that you need to release. Someone has a strong grip on the past, okay? So let go and release that strong grip, detach from that past energy, okay? And then also it says outrageous openness and inner power. So when you detach certain things, you can make more room for something new. So that's when you're embracing right now, okay? Because it's right now and not procrastination, all right? Right now and not procrastination, okay? Right now and not procrastination. Type in the chat if you're receiving this message right now. Type right now in the chat if you're receiving this message, okay? Where my procrastinators at? Because I know I'm one of them. Type right now in the chat. Okay? Ashe. And then it's funny because your name is ready for movement, okay? You ready for movement. You over here you procrastinating, ready for movement, okay? Because if you got that name ready for movement, you should be moving and grooving, okay? But that's a message for, you know, those that are in here. All right. It says ready for movement. You're ready for movement at this time. Okay. Right now. Be open. Be open. Okay. Some of you are attracting a lot of birds. You're seeing a lot of different birds. Okay. Or just birds is really, you're seeing birds more. You're just paying more attention to the birds. It's because you're getting signals, okay? Higher, when you're looking at birds is from a higher point of view. They look at things in a different manner. They look down, okay? So it's like they're seeing things, they're viewing things from a different point of view, a higher point of view, okay? And it's air spirits. So it's like something within the mental. Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest life, or whoever it is that's violating my life, that is reporting my life, I place gratitude, Ashe. All right, inner power. Okay, also, you know, leaning into that inner power also as well. So, you know, this inner power goes exactly with this outrageous openness, because in order for you to be open, you got to literally embrace the inner power within yourself. Okay, so it's like we're not going to open up if we don't have a sense of power that we're going to bring out. Okay, so it's like open yourself up to these things, these new things right now. Okay, and embrace your inner power. All right. All right. One from here, and that'll be it for the collective. Today and tomorrow is the last day that you can book my October special of $10 off of my readings. So link is in the bio if you want to book a personal. One from here, Spirit. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Connection, oneness, finding your way forward. This is a lot of forward motion, okay? A lot of forward motion, a lot of movement, a lot of forward energy, okay? And it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, there's whatever this stagnancy, this stuck procrastination, avoidance, you're procrastinating because you're avoiding something. You're avoiding your emotions. You're avoiding, you know, what you got to do, sacrifices, letting certain things go, whatever the case may be, what you got to burn, all right? So it's like, you know, trust in the process, because this is your justice. You're getting some sort of revelation here. Okay. Spirit's telling me to pull a different card, a different deck for confirmations here. I thought I was done. Shit. Shuffling for the collective significant confirmations here. Significant confirmations for the collective. Incoming genuine apology. Someone can be coming in to apologize to you, or someone may be procrastinating on apologizing. Okay. But they may be coming. Significant confirmation. Psychic attacks. Yeah. So, this may go hand in hand with your procrastination, because like I said, your mind has been your biggest enemy with this procrastination energy. You're getting psychic attacks, or you're getting mental attacks. Okay, so it's like I said, there's those negative thoughts that come, and you gotta steer those negative thoughts away, because that's what's coming. That's what's been, you know, trickling in on your mental. This is purple energy, so that's crown chakra energy. So there's a lot going on within your mindset to where, you know, you're not feeling like you know, like I said, if it's something to where it's like, let me make this decision, and then all of a sudden you kind of have this negative thought of, you're not good enough, you're not qualified, you know, that's not going to work out. This is all negative energy. It's all negative thought patterns. This is that psychic attacks. This is those attacks that are coming within your mindset. So you gotta be able to curve those, you know, you gotta do the Heisman on those negative thoughts. You know, it's like, you know, that's why when you're meditating, or, you know, you're being the observer of your thoughts, you're observing the thoughts. So it's like when you sit there and you meditate, you're observing the thoughts that come in, instead of taking action on all of the thoughts. Not every single thought that comes across your mind, you need to take action on every single last one of them. Because just think of it, there's like a certain, let me see, because now I need the statistics. All right. I need the statistics. So I can't remember the number. How many thoughts on average do we have a day? The average human is estimated to have between 6,000 and 70,000 thoughts per day. The average human is estimated to have 6,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Just imagine if you took initiative on or took action on all of those thoughts. That's a lot of fucking thoughts. That's a lot of thoughts. That's a lot of thoughts. It says one of those thousands, around 80 to 90% are repetitive or habitual, meaning we often think the same kind of thoughts day after day. So if we're thinking the same kind of thoughts day after day, and it's like 6,000 to 70,000 thoughts, pay attention to what thoughts you're having. So it's like, if you're thinking the same thoughts, are my thoughts more negative or are my thoughts more positive? So it's like when you find out and you figure out, so that's why you observe your thoughts, because when you observe your thoughts, you're able to see, okay, every day I think more negative than I think positive. And that's exactly what's creating my environment. That's exactly why so within, so without. I think all this energy, so I'm thinking negative, I'm mad, I feel like nothing's going to work out for me. That's exactly why nothing's working out for you. That's exactly why you're receiving what you're thinking of. So within, so without. So when you start thinking positive, like I said, you chasing the bag. I'm chasing the bag. I'm going to run and get the bag. No, you're not chasing the bag. I receive. You know that you're meant to have riches. You're meant to have this. So it's like you're changing your mind pattern. You're changing your mind state. I had to do this for the longest. Okay. Changing your mind, especially having 6,000, to 70,000 thoughts a day, and it's habitual. This is something that we learned. So it's like, this is something to where our environment has shaped us this way within our mind, because the brain picks up on patterns. So it's like when the brain picks up patterns, what patterns has your brain observed? Your brain has observed unhealthy people, your toxic family members. Your brain has observed certain people, that toxic relationships that you've been in. Your brain has seen some toxic situations on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. Your brain has observed the fact of, certain things aren't, you don't have control over. So it's like there's so many things that have shifted us into this way of thinking, to where we have to do what we need to do for ourselves to change those mind patterns. Okay. And it's not an easy route, but it can be easy. So it's like, it's not necessarily easy, but it can be easy. So it's like, tell yourself that it's easy, because it's like, if you keep telling yourself that it's not easy, we can have awareness of the fact that some things can be challenging, but don't continue to speak it. Don't continue to say, oh, it's always going to be challenged. Oh, it's always going to be hard. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. Okay. We get it. All right. It's challenging. But it's like, all right, I can do hard things. I can do challenging things. All right. When it comes to a toddler, and you see a kid that decides to get up and walk, they taking their first steps. You want to create all these little barriers, all these little road blockages, plug-ins, and put little baby gates up, because you afraid that they're going to fuck themselves up while they're trying to, take their steps of walking, because it's like they're wobbly, it's like, oh, they ain't got their stance, they ain't got their whatever the case may be. So it's like, I'm a little bit afraid. So you want to hold their hand. But a kid doesn't think that. They're not thinking that. They're not thinking of being afraid. That's why they just be stepping out in the middle of nowhere. They just be fearless with it. They just be doing whatever they be doing. And that's exactly what we need to embrace, is our fearless energy, our inner power. Because at the end of the day, when a child is taking its steps, it continues to take its steps. It falls down, the child falls down, gets back up and takes more steps, falls down, gets back up, takes their steps. And then eventually, what's the kid doing? Walking. They walking. So that's exactly what you got to look at yourself as. You look at yourself as, damn, I fell down. I had a setback. Shit happened with me with this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, let's just keep on going, because life keeps going. You know, we work at these jobs, and you know, say for instance, you have a passing in your family. You're you know, someone dies or someone passes away, and it's like you got a little bit of PTO. You use that PTO for 2 days, but life keeps going. You got to show back up at this job in 3 days, but you still grieving. But life keeps going. Thank you for the rose. But life keeps going. Okay, so it's like that's how we have to look at things with life, but still have grace within ourselves. How can you manage? How can you adapt? You got to adapt. We always have to adapt and thrive in our environment. Okay, you move to a different city, you move to a different state. A kid goes to a different school. You know, they got to adapt again. It's like I've been so used to a certain routine. Now I got to adapt. You switch. Say you work in the night shift. Okay. You work in a night shift, and it's like now all of a sudden you're about to switch to morning shifts to where you're working morning shifts now. So it's like now you got to change your schedule. You got to adapt to working in the morning time than working at night. So now you got to figure out, how can I change my routine so that I can go back to sleep? Because your first little couple of weeks may be rough. Why? Because you're so used to your body waking up and staying up in the middle of the night. So when you're ready to go to sleep, you're still up because you're so used to a certain routine. This is something that I have had to have grace with myself, because I'm so used to a 9 to 5 that I was afraid to step out into being an entrepreneurship and being a CEO of my own businesses. And I'm like, this is what I'm meant for. This is my purpose. And it's like, why do I still be afraid of being this? Because I'm scared, because I've spent since I was 15 years old. I'm 33 now. I spent since I was 15 years old working 2 jobs, all my life. I spent working for somebody else, not being able to take off when I want to take off, or whatever the case may be. So this entrepreneur life is very different for me. And I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know what to do with my life sometimes on some days. And it stresses me out, because it's like, I'm so used to having every 2 weeks a paycheck coming and whatever the case may be. So it's like on some days when I don't make money, I'm like, fuck, how am I going to pay my shit? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay this? And it's like, I got what I need, but it's like I still struggle with this because I'm afraid. And it's like, okay, I notice the fear. I know that I'm scared, but that doesn't mean that I need to stay in my fear. That doesn't mean that I need to continue to give light to this or give, energy to this fear over here. No, I'm gonna keep on showing up and doing what I'm supposed to do, because that's all I can do. That's all I can do. So that's exactly how you got to look at life. Okay. Just a few more for the collective. We have been programmed to feel like we need 9 to 5s. Exactly. And this is why so many, and I'm talking to more of my melanated people right now. This is why so many of us melanated folks have been getting laid off, have been getting, the whole DEI or whatever this case may be in regards to, equal employment. This is why a lot of us have been getting, laid off or fired, or something happened within our jobs. It's not meant for us to be. Some of y'all are getting fired and let go, and certain jobs are not working out anymore because you're not meant to be in that space anymore. You're not meant to be there. If you've always been a leader and everything, and you kind of always wanted to start your own business, and it's like you keep getting an itch for that business, you keep getting an itch for doing what you need to do on your own, you keep getting an itch of your arts and crafts. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and take that initiative and do what I need to do, because we're shifting into the world is shifting right now. So it's like, let's go ahead and you got to move with the shift. You either going to go with the ships or you going to get left. Which one you going to choose? What you going to do? I was like, let me go ahead and make this decision. Okay. We in a 9-year of the snake. That's transformation. That's rebirth. That's death and rebirth here. Okay. So it's like, if we shed in certain things, then certain things got to go. Let me let this go, because I need something new, because the newness is coming in with the 1 year that's coming next year in 2026. So it's like, let me go ahead and let this go right now. Okay. What can I burn? Let me let this go right now, so that whatever it is that spirit is wanting to make room for me, because I prayed for it, I got everything that I prayed for. Okay. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have everything that we prayed for, because we so used to chasing something else, something new, getting a new high, the dopamine. The dopamine. Sometimes we need to relax our dopamine. So it's like, when you feel like you just need a certain sugary high, all of a sudden you get some sugar. You just need some sort of high. You can't be still with yourself. You start smoking. Like, that's something I've struggled with. When we going through these social media, you keep scrolling, it's a quick high. So it's like, that's why certain people can't even pay attention to a 5-minute video. You can only do 55 seconds. Because we're so used to things going so fast and so rapid and just change. We can't even stay on one topic for a minute or a day. When you see distractions, when you see the society, it's like one day we talking about this, and then all of a sudden they got a whole nother distraction. Megan Thee Stallion, Keke Palmer, or this person and that person. It's just distracting us, and it keeps us in this like hamster wheel circle. Just kind of, oh fuck, what do we do? Like, no, I don't have time for that shit. I need things to be slow sometimes. That's why when you look at Mother Nature, not every single season is fast. Not every single season is where you have all the sunlight. So it's like we go through seasons to where sometimes it's time to slow down. And that's where it is right now, where it's time for us to slow down, come back to ourselves, nourish ourselves, okay? Nourish November. All right, that'll be my theme for next month is Nourish November. So keep track of those posts that I'm going to be posting about nourishing ourselves during the winter time, okay? But this is a time to nourish back to our bodies. It's a time for a little bit of slowness, stillness, for you to kind of get the things that you need to, nourish yourself or cultivate in regards to a actual business, or cultivate in regards to where you want to go mentally, or whatever the case may be. Okay. And then when it comes back to spring, you see the bunnies is out and all this other type of stuff. They get to moving around. We get some movement going in spring. All right. So it's like, this is why, our society has taught us to be on the move, hamster wheel all the time. But that's not what we're supposed to be doing. That's not natural. It's not natural. That's why your body is working 10, 20 times harder, for you to even function. That's why our nervous systems are all out of whack. I'll show you Nourish November, okay? There's a few more for the collective. Drink more water, okay? Drink more water. Hydrate yourself at this time, okay? You are water, all right? Move like water. Be like water, all right? Arkansas is significant. Someone could live in Arkansas, or you may be traveling to Arkansas, or you may be from Arkansas. Just a few more. Sellout. Somebody that you may be dealing with that you need to release is a sellout, okay? Player, all right? Someone may need to release their player ways, all right? Someone may be dealing with somebody who's a sellout, who is a player. Water sign, they may be a water sign, okay? Or you may be the water sign. You are royalty, okay? So like I said, that's that energy of not chasing and attracting. That's that energy of knowing what you are, who you are, what you're deserving of having. Okay, so it's like when you have a royal energy, a big energy, star energy, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to chase for that because you know exactly what you deserve. So it's like, but you have to put your mind to it. All right. Thank you for the gifts, Claudine. I appreciate it. Woo, goodness. All right, y'all. I'm getting like cramps in my stomach, so I'm about to go ahead and get up off of here. The spirits, like, you're done. Okay, I've been on here for too long. But the message was messaging today. Thank you. I appreciate it. But the message was messaging today, okay? And I hope it leaves you guys empowered and ready, to shift your mind at this time. You're welcome. To shift your mind at this time and seeing things from a different perspective, so that we can start moving and grooving, okay? Moving and grooving. But yeah, ready for the world, okay? Period. Ready for life's lessons, okay? Once something closes, once one door closes, something always opens. You just got to continue to stay in alignment and, be your authentic self and, you know, embrace the journey. You know, that's just really what it is. It's not always going to be, you know, bubbles and butterflies. It's not always going to be that, but we can't dwell in, you know, sometimes we just have seasons. Okay, so it's like, you know, that's just what it is. All right, last 2 days to get a personal reading, $10 off for the month of October. And yeah, I'll probably be back on here later. Not sure. We'll see. But welcome everybody who's new here. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate 23K likes. Welcome to the fam. And thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Peace and love, y'all. Have a wonderful day.